Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? It is Tuesday, March 19th, 2024, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:22 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Night Truck. I appreciate it. Hey, Shake and Bake, Greg, Keggers, Chris, my friend Rob, Denny, Crypto Baron, Adam, Fat N, Andre, Mal, Moonbase, KK, Jill. Hey, Paula, Donald, Casey. Paula, I was looking at Caterpillar. I hope you still have it. You picked a good one there. Hey, Donald, Casey, Gary, Sudina. Yeah, hit the like button. Hey, Sudina in Thailand. Does anybody have any chart requests? We'll get started here in 6.5 minutes. Between now and then, I'll keep saying hello to my friends. Welcome into the room. Hope that my mouth starts syncing up with my brain. Warm up before we get started with indices, commodities, crypto, and movers and shakers of the day. Hi, Hector. Yep, bears have done some damage overnight in crypto. That's for sure, Crypto Baron. All right, success. Let's see what you got. Wait, what was that? Where did we see earnings? Earnings are April 30th, so just be aware if you get a make call, you're going to be including earnings. I don't like this look above and fail right here, 768. We did 769.68 and then recoiled. I don't know why I'm hesitating on this one. I just don't like this. We got the bull break, fake, pull back. Now we're going to get a lower high compared to 800. It's not clear for me success. I'm not saying it won't work and that Lily hasn't been a raging bull and it's best to stay with the trend. We do have a daily squeeze starting. You see these tiny higher highs without follow through? That's also concerning. Again, not saying it won't work, just not clear for me. You don't have cat anymore. You know what? You did a great job trading it anyway. This is Caterpillar. Y'all will probably remember me swooning over it back in here when we had that squeeze on the weekly. What a breakout. Deer was weird. Deer was weird. It was weird yesterday because we have this straight up action, but it's just... we're still looking for a weekly lower high. Deer has a squeeze on it, but I would be shorting it here at the weekly 50 EMA as we look for a weekly lower high. I was trying to look for some laggard action to Caterpillar. This is beautiful move. But are we really going to get through 391.51 on one fell swoop? Maybe. Buenos dias, Jungle Cat. We're sitting on the daily 50 EMA. I like that about Baba. Weekly EQ. We're gapping down this morning. Potential bear flag. What are we doing on the monthly? Monthly could be a bear flag. Weekly EQ. 73.23 is last week's low, and we're losing that right now. So I would say be careful. Your daily 50 EMA, we're losing that. Maybe 72.67 at after hours level could be your line in the sand, or 72.79 this morning's pre-market, and then cut it loose if you lose it. It's not looking great on larger term time frame, at least a monthly it isn't. And the daily could be a bear flag too. PAAS is benefiting from silver pop. We're still looking for a weekly lower high compared to 1706. Daily inside bar. Let me see if I can draw this. So PAAS has this clear uptrend line. I want you to look at silver itself. I gotta clean this up. Look at this 4-hour trend line on silver that broke bear. And PAAS is just a step behind it on the daily. You see it? We're gapping down. I would be a bear on this. But, footnote, asterisk, we do have FOMC tomorrow, and that typically impacts our metals because it impacts the dollar. So just be aware of that. I skipped some. It's 6:28. I'll get started here in just a second. I don't mean to skip any. It's just sometimes it's a lot to keep up with. We're on our second weekly inside bar. It will likely have a down day. Whoa, look at that monthly upper wick. Because Nvidia is weak, we have semis weak in pre-market here. Sell the news. 134.20 is your next support. 141.54 is your resistance. Not looking the hottest. Fat N, if I may ask you, how old are you? You're calling me Miss Lori. I'm just wondering, am I 2.5 times your age or what? I'll look at Nvidia today. Hey, Zachary. I'll try to get to it. All right. Let's just go ahead and get this show on the road. Good morning. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori, and I'm part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis. If you want to give me a follow on X at Chart Gal Lori, that'd be lovely. What I do here every morning is I look at this table, which by golly, this table is balanced this morning, isn't it? 72.5 to 67. Super balanced. And you know what? Let's just type this out. This is what you expect the day before FOMC. Think about it. What's the magic word the day before FOMC? Balance. Things are just looking to balance and go in somewhat neutral. We're not heavily buying. We're not heavily selling. We're just going in there balanced. Isn't this what you would expect the day before FOMC? So I anticipate volume to be lower today as people wait for FOMC tomorrow. If volume is lower, then we could end up with inside bars, choppy sideways action as people probe for liquidity. So just remember that. This is a balanced day per the med table and per our own intuition. Looking at the econ events, we have building permits, housing starts, red book. This 20-year bond auction could move things a little bit, but everything is a 1 to 2 star, no 3-star events today. We're saving all of those for tomorrow. All right, let's get started with the indices. All right. So ES, we have a daily equilibrium. Excuse me, I need to cough. Forgot to hit the start button for TradingView people. Hey, TradingView people. So sorry I forgot to hit the start button. But here we are. You've only missed 1 minute, and I probably wasn't that smart sounding during that minute anyway. All right, if we're looking at ES, this is the overall market, the top 500 companies of the United States. We are in an equilibrium. Equilibrium just means higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low as we tighten. And we closed, well, we're opening today inside yesterday's range, and we may stay inside yesterday's range today. Who knows? But we are in a daily equilibrium. This is not like that. Now, with NASDAQ, we have broken daily support. We are in a daily downtrend. We are still inside yesterday's range. The daily 50 EMA is right below us at 17944. I want to put that on my chart. I usually like to mark my daily 50 EMA if it's coming in close. So that is currently, which it changes and updates, it's dynamic. Daily 50 EMA is at 17,94450. All right, so we'll see if we continue to continue to be heavy, let's call it that, in NASDAQ. Semis are heavy this morning. We have Nvidia with their event yesterday, and we're going to sell the news cycle where bears are selling into it because Nvidia was moving up into the event. And we'll look at Nvidia in just a second. So we're going to sell the news situation, and SMCI had an offering overnight. RTY, we are at the daily 50 EMA. Let me mark that. 2035. Let's see if that can act as support. We are in a daily downtrend, 4-hour downtrend, and we are oversold on the 4-hour. Okay, looking for a weekly higher low. So I want y'all to just kind of, let's write this one out. Weekly higher low, the more likely scenario. 4-hour oversold is typically where we scout that weekly higher low. And we're at the daily 50 EMA. Okay, this is a setup I'm seeing a lot. I showed y'all this setup on Google last week. We're having this setup right now on the Russell. We have this setup on XBI. Let's go look at XBI. We're looking for the weekly higher low. 4-hour is oversold. We're gapping down. Are we at the daily 50 EMA? Yes, we're at the daily 50 EMA. Okay, do y'all see that setup? Let's go look at Google. Google, last week, we were at the daily 200 EMA, looking for the monthly higher low while the daily was oversold. So it was somewhat different, but somewhat the same because we were at a key moving average. We had a key time frame that was oversold where we were looking for a higher low on a larger time frame. Very similar to XBI right now on the 4-hour and the daily and weekly, as is the Russell. So today, I think it would behoove Russell Bulls to possibly look at buying this gap down. Now, on IWM, we're not as close because it's the ETF. It doesn't run 23 hours a day. Is Russell oversold on the 4-hour? It's approaching it. It should be when we open. So this will get interesting today. And RTY, Russell are very connected to XBI. So we'll see if XBI and Russell can bounce in tandem today once they find a bottom. YM is holding its 4-hour higher low at 39089. Good morning, Alnick. Hey, Davey. All right, so we are in I think it was 4-hour. It was a 4-hour equilibrium, but I didn't have that right. That must have been 6 hours. We're double topping right now, 1486 and 1485 with yesterday's high and rejecting for now. And we're getting a little bounce going on the market, so that's good. We're still in a 15-minute uptrend. You see that green line? That is the prior day high, and we just double top with that level. We're pulling back. Now, what market bulls want to see is VIX on any bounce to get a lower high and then confirm that downtrend. Hang Seng was pretty red overnight. DAX was flat green. Bitcoin has been weak, trying to get its bounce going right now. We got oversold on the hourly chart. We have some bullish divergence where RSI is making a higher low while price made a lower low. Looking at the daily chart, we've lost our support. On the weekly, we're still looking for a higher low. And we're typically look for the weekly higher low when 4-hour gets oversold, which it has. So let's see if bulls can put in a bottom here, and will that help the market bounce? We we need to start with a 15-minute trend change on Bitcoin. Ethereum, we need a 15-minute trend change. 4-hour is oversold. And we're approaching the daily 50 MA. Y'all ready for this? We're looking for a weekly high or low. We're approaching the daily 50 MA. 4 hours oversold. Did I delete that over here? Yeah, I typed that up over here and deleted it. So very similar on Ethereum that we have on the Russell and XBI. Dollar has some extreme strength this morning. We are over this daily 50 MA. Odds favor a weekly lower high compared to 104.976. Will it take FOMC to put in that weekly lower high? Maybe. 4-hour is on fire and we're overbought. Not as important because we're not necessarily in a weekly downtrend. Gold, we're looking for a weekly high or low. This daily bull flag's getting a little too drawn out now. Now we look for a 2-day potential bull flag. So dollar needs to sit down for gold bulls to get their way. But this is pretty bearish right now. Oil has a pretty good squeeze going right now. I was looking at it on the 30-minute. That's the high compression squeeze at the 50 RSI. We have the API estimates after hours today at 4:30, and we have inventory tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Daily charts super healthy. Weekly charts healthy with a squeeze. We are looking for potential monthly lower high. Bulls are showing no signs of wanting to slow down. Potential 4-hour bull flag. Nat gas, wow, what a 4-hour equilibrium. I haven't looked at this one today. Pretty clear 4-hour equilibrium. Silver, I showed you earlier, I was watching this 4-hour trend line break bear. We're in a 4-hour trend line now. However, we have plenty of room for a daily high or low. Let's see where or if bulls get that in play, if dollar can sit its butt down. Thanks, Dr. Bill. Jackson, I review 25 charts in 25 minutes or less, and usually more than 25 charts. So if I talk too fast, slow down the YouTube speed, but I go over indices, commodities, crypto, and names that I watch. I cover Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, and Tesla every day, these 4, and then I have my Queen of the Mountain trades. So let's go look at the ones I cover every day. Apple's holding up a little bit better than everybody else. 35 cents above yesterday's low. Y'all know the rules. Gap rules. So bulls need to hold yesterday's low and then bounce. Okay, and if they lose yesterday's low, that's a bearish signal. Amazon is gapping down. If we bounce up to yesterday's low and turn, that is a short signal. Amazon is weak. We're looking for potential daily high or low compared to 17147. So it's not game over for bulls yet. All right, Nvidia has this daily equilibrium. We lose the equilibrium below 862.57, so bulls need to reclaim that before market open or this daily equilibrium breaks bear. You see it? However, it still could be a weekly bull flag. So even if we lose 862.57, it's not game over for the weekly bulls, but bears are really making strides now, and we do have the temporary tops in on semis. Well, Sundina, thank you. Jackson, I'm doing great. Thanks. That's funny. Tesla. So in my notes, I think I'm funny. This morning I wrote that I know I'm not funny. I'm a nerd. Tesla showing proof of life. Bulls are showing proof of life yesterday. They actually woke up and had a really big day. And we had some gamma squeeze going on yesterday where we had Mr. Monday gamma squeeze buying calls out the money for Friday, which means the option sellers have to buy the underlying to hedge against this, and then it just creates this squeeze and price continues to pop up. So that's what happened yesterday. Tesla could have a bounce continuation. I like Tesla to the long side despite being in a monthly downtrend, weekly downtrend, daily downtrend, and 4-hour downtrend. But now we have enough room for a 4-hour higher low. So what you got, Tesla bulls? Coin, I like to the short side. And in full transparency, I'm already short and I want more. I'm looking for reverse back burner, meaning 5-minute overbought. You see that little triangle there? My alert is set. Tell me when 5-minute gets overbought, and I will be looking for a potential short. And hopefully that will line up with a rejection at yesterday's low. Only if Bitcoin remains slightly weak to down, then I'll continue to hammer on coin and Mara. Mara's reclaiming yesterday's low already. Okay, I see you. So I don't want to be short Mara unless it's under yesterday's low. Okay, this is a random one. I think I gave this to y'all a few weeks ago or last week. GRND, grinder. This has a beautiful squeeze. Beautiful squeeze. As we hold the EMAs here, this could be a potential long. We want the market to be bouncing in order for this long to work, but look at this is not an ideal daily bull flag. It's not ideal with the upper wick. However, I would still say this qualifies, and I love the squeeze here. And I'm not going to say the best for last, but I'm going to save the most unusual for last. How about that? So grinder is my bull option today. XBI is a bull option. I want this gap down and I want it to flush. Let's write it down. Usually when we write it down, we make it so. Just kidding. Oh. Gotta turn my magnet off. I want it to flush 92. That's what I want. Flush 92 for a potential long, looking for the weekly higher low at the daily 50 MA with 4-hour oversold. And I want it to flush as hard as possible at open without breaking 86.39, which has a long way to go. So XBI will be one of my long attempts. Let me put XBI here. And I will be patient. If you're a TCG member, I'll be live with you, and hopefully you can judge me on my patience. All right, and finally, I have ROKU. Okay, ROKU, let's just start out with Captain Obvious. This is a potential bear flag. They get no bear flaggy, or bear flaggier than this. It's not even dog legging. It's so weak. So I'm not going to get too turnt on this idea, but I do see the weekly chart. $55 has been big in ROKU before. If you've traded this thing, you remember over here, 55.02, I got stopped out there. I'll never forget that. 58.22. So we have 55 over here, 55, 55. So I'm not saying that we're not going to make a trip down to 55, but show me a 4-hour squeeze that is this lasting this long and at a high compression level, meaning the orange dots. And if you want to know what that means, I'll show you real quick. Keltner. Can't spell. Keltner. Bollinger Bands. And just real quick, I'll have to change a color so you can understand it, or see it, I should say. Just bear with me. Should have done this before I started. Thought about it and didn't. Save as default. Okay, so the Keltner channel is purple and Bollinger Bands are blue. You see how the Bollinger Bands have dipped inside the Keltner channel? And you see how, I like to think of it like those bank vacuum tubes that you put your deposit in and just sucks it up. I wish I could make that kind of noise, that swoosh noise. You see how it's just pinching? So typically, your Bollinger Bands, your Keltner channel's outside your Bollinger Bands. And then when it flips and gets inside, then you know you've got a pinch going on. That's what the TTM Squeeze is. I talk about TTM Squeeze every day, but sometimes I just need to stop and illustrate what it actually is measuring. So we've got some high compression building. If this were a pressure cooker, it would say marked on the highest level here, the absolute highest level of compression you can have. Am I calling a direction? No. The squeeze is a directionless indicator, completely directionless. So right now I'm looking more long than short, but I'm open to all possibilities for follow through. So this is one I would almost think about doing a straddle on, because it's such an explosive pattern. But I'm just going to wait, be patient with it, and I'm just going to watch it. But I'm going to call this the X factor. Here, this is just our X factor chart. Anything could happen, but I'm looking for major volatility from ROKU in the near term. Does Dan even care about crypto anymore? Dude, Dan posts about crypto all the time. You're weird. Y'all hit the like button, please. Adobe has made a big enough bounce from its earnings debacle that you're looking for a higher low now. On the 4-hour chart, you are looking for a higher low. All right, I'm going to wrap it up and go get ready for my live stream in TCG. TCGers, I'll see you in 11 minutes. Thank y'all for being here. Hit the like button. Give me a follow on X at CharkAlLori. All right, have a good day. Use stop losses.